You guys are about to enter my season 2 of Whatnot. In this new season of Whatnot, I'm going to be testing out some different strategies, implementing some changes, and seeing how they affect business. Things that I'm going to be doing in season 2 of Whatnot that I did not do in season 1 is, and most importantly, I am going to be more consistent. The second thing I'm going to be doing that I was not doing previously is just make it more fun. And number 3, the thing I'm going to be doing, I'm going to add a lot more better items. So let's talk a little bit about the future of reselling. I truly believe that the future of reselling is going to contain a ton of live selling. So all of these platforms that you see popping up that are now including live sales, I do believe a lot of our buyer base are going to start moving that direction. I don't think that still selling, if that's what you want to call it, is ever going to go away, but I do think that a lot of the buyers are going to move to live sales. For some of you, that is a blessing. For some of you, that seems like a curse. In today's video, I wanted to just discuss live selling with you and the possibilities of selling on a live platform. I am personally going to be using Whatnot. You guys know I have already tried Whatnot out at the end of last year. I'm calling that my season 1 of Whatnot. Now we are going to call it season 2. So I'm personally going to be using Whatnot to dive into this live selling world, try to figure it out, figure out what works and how to grow sales. So that can be a big part of my business. Like I said, I'm in season 2 of Whatnot and I plan on doing a lot more shows. If you guys want to follow me along on this Whatnot journey, you can head on over to my Whatnot using the link down below. If you are new to Whatnot and you sign up using that link, you'll get $15 off of your first purchase. You can use it on something for yourself or something that you want to flip, but you will get $15 off. And you don't have to use that code on just my shows, you could use it on any show. If you head on over to my scheduled shows, you'll see all of the shows that we are about to do. You can save those shows and keep up with when I'm going to be going live. Myself and my team will be doing a ton of shows full of different themes and going live at different times. The next one we'll be doing is actually this coming Wednesday, which is May 29th. And if you want to see Joe and I together, we're going to be doing a weekend one on June 1st, which is this coming Saturday, with some shows in between and many scheduled for after. So come hang out and get some great pieces. If you can't make it to one of my shows, maybe the time doesn't work out, you can also use that $15 off to use on anybody's show on Whatnot. There are thousands of shows going on every single week. So if you want to come hang out with myself or someone from my team, head on over and I hope to chat with you soon. Love to see you guys over there. And if you're interested in becoming a seller on Whatnot, there's also a link down for that below. I think Whatnot's a great platform for live selling versus some other platforms because they've been doing live selling for a while. They're kind of like the OG of live selling. And because the platform is catered to mostly live selling, they just really have some features that you need when you live sell. And so I personally like using them because they are known for being a live selling platform. The buyers are there ready to be on live sales. Like your entire buyer base on there wants to do live sales with you. They are people who want to hop on, interact in the chat, see the items in real time that you are selling, be able to ask questions and get a deal. Whatnot is a great place to get a deal, whether it is for yourself or you're trying to flip items. I think Whatnot can be a great platform on its own. I know a lot of sellers have actually switched their entire business over to just this platform, but for me, I am trying to use it as just an additional source to what I am currently doing, and you can totally do the same. But with any new venture, you guys know I say it all the time, if you are going to try something out, really give it a full effort, test some things out, go back and forth, see if they work. Give it some time to see if it's really going to work for you. In my first season of Whatnot, I was really testing the platform out, figuring out the in and outs, how things worked, and honestly getting over the jitters of being on live selling. I really had no clue what I was doing when I started selling on Whatnot besides watching other people, which is why I recommend, if you are interested, to check out some shows on Whatnot. You can actually view past shows as well. Yeah, my first season of Whatnot, I was really just trying to figure everything out. We did a few shows, I had a lot of fun, and I do feel like I learned a lot of things. In this new season of Whatnot, I'm going to be testing out some different strategies, implementing some changes, and seeing how they affect business. So if you are interested in knowing how those changes and things that I'm testing out are affecting my sales on the platform, I'm going to share this journey with you. I've been talking to some people over at Whatnot about how to make this business work for me, and I'm going to be implementing some of these strategies over the next 3 months. I'll talk to you about those strategies here in just a moment. I will report back to you on how things are going with my sales. So I'm really going to pay attention to the numbers and dig deep for you guys. Let's see how far we can take this. Here's what I know so far from season 1 of selling on Whatnot. Whatnot's biggest strength, in my opinion, is that you can move items very quickly on Whatnot. So an item I would typically sell is usually between $30 and $40 on eBay and Poshmark. If I listed the item for $30 to $40 on those platforms, it will probably sell for around that amount, but I would probably have to wait 3 to 6 months in order to sell it. Not to mention, I would be incurring fees for letting it sit there and having to relist it. And it takes up storage that entire time. On Whatnot, I can take that same item and sell it on that platform for, let's say, $10 to $15, but it sells the same day. And in that same day, I can ship it out. It's out of my hair. It is out the door and to the buyer. So I really love how quickly you can move things on Whatnot. Whatnot also requires less time upfront. So when I think about listing on other platforms, we're typically listing 40 active a day. If I took those same 40 items and tried to list them in one day, it would probably take me all day to get all of them photographed, listed, pricing, all of that stuff in an entire 8-hour shift. I can take those same 40 items and put them into one Whatnot show and move them all the same day. Prepping items for me for Whatnot with this new system we'll be using, which hopefully I'll share with you guys in a video soon. With this new method that we're using, it takes me maybe an hour to prep the items and about an hour and a half to do the show itself. That is 2.5 hours compared to an entire day to get the item listed, not even sold yet. I really love how quickly things can happen on this platform. And lastly, in season 1, I also learned that Whatnot is just so much fun. There are so many things that you can do in a show, and you can do things so many different ways. The way I ran shows in the very beginning is not the way I run shows now. I've learned a lot about, how you can structure things, and I love that you can pretty much run things however you want them to be run. And it really allows my creative side to stand out. Things that I'm going to be doing in season 2 of Whatnot that I did not do in season 1 is, and most importantly, I am going to be more consistent. Like I mentioned, we're going to be doing 3 shows a week. You'll have a lot of opportunity to hang out with me and other people here at the office. But I think being consistent is what really grows an audience on Whatnot and your sales. To be determined, we will see, but I'm going to start being consistent. I'll let you guys know how that works. The second thing I'm going to be doing that I was not doing previously is just make it more fun. Not that I wasn't having fun before, but I just kind of went with the flow, and it wasn't something I really focused on to put on a show. Now I am focused on finding ways to be more engaging with the chat, doing giveaways, noticing when you've got a new buyer. All of those things I think really contribute to building a bond with your audience, which can create repeat buyers. And number 3, the thing I'm going to be doing, and honestly the thing I'm kind of more scared to do than anything else, but I am going to do it. I'm going to add a lot more better items. I think previously I was putting mid-tier items out and then kind of reserving the better items because I hadn't really built up my following on Whatnot yet to have the kind of sales that I want to have. One thing I do like about Whatnot is that the brands that sell well on any platform are the same brands that sell well on Whatnot, because people are, they're just looking for what's trending. So I don't really have to change sourcing really in order to find the same kind of great trendy items, factors, aesthetics, all of those things, and put them on Whatnot. So instead of being scared to run all of the better items in fear that they are not going to sell for as much, I am going to be putting the same exact items that I would normally list onto Whatnot and not holding back, so that I can really test out and see how this platform is going to work for me. And I think by not holding back, I will also not be holding back my sales and growth in average sale price. If you would like to follow along this journey and also grab some of those great items that I'm going to be putting in the show, either for yourself or if you get a good enough deal to flip, head on over to my Whatnot by clicking the link down below, and don't forget to snag your $15 off of your first purchase. So I will keep you guys updated and towards the middle and the end of this 3-month period. I will update you on what is working, where I am at with it, and if I was able to successfully grow this Whatnot business. That is it for today's video. Stay tuned for the rest of season 2. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.